What's up, gamers? Today, we're gonna talk about some gaming news and whatnot. And when I say whatnot, that means I got an opinion on something. But first of all, let's start it off with this. CD Projekt Red, the developers of the Witcher, the Witcher series, they're talking about the next title that they're going to be working on and releasing sometime in the near future, and it's called Cyberpunk 2077. What they said about that was it's going to be it's large. It's the largest thing they've ever worked on, and they learned a lot from working on The Witcher 3. With all the how vast and large that world is, and how beautiful it is, the gaming is, and everything, and how the gameplay and mechanics, and the problems they ran into and how they fixed it and everything. They learned a lot from that, and they're applying everything they learned from The Witcher 3 into Cyberpunk 2077. Which to me, I'm not saying I'm hyped and I'm pumped for this game, but I got high expectations for this game because I actually I love The Witcher 3. Not as much as I love Metal Gear Solid 5, but The Witcher 3 to me is one of the best games of the year, and it's gonna be in runner-up for game of the year. It's gonna be in the nominations and stuff like that. But yeah, they had a little joke in there too when they're saying you probably won't see this game until 2077. That's funny, haha, whatever. Yeah, but I know I'm pretty sure I give this game 4 years and it'll be released. Probably, right there. It depends on how long the life cycles of these consoles go until we see another generation on the head. And in my opinion, when Sony said that they've developed the PlayStation 3 to be a 10-year console, is basically damn near yes that it is a 10-year console. The PlayStation 2 was the first one that they actually made it into a 10-year console because they supported that thing all the way into the life cycle of the PS3 and the 360. And it was crazy. It was still games coming out for it. People didn't really know, but it was. And with the PS3, it's the same thing because a lot of games that's coming out on PS4 that they are coming out on the PS3 as well. Persona 5 and stuff like that. A lot of Japanese games and stuff, they're being released on the PS3 and the PS4. So therefore, Sony is supporting both consoles at the same time, and some third-party developers are supporting both consoles and some aren't. Activision is still supporting the PS3 and 360 that we know of, but we all know that Call of Duty Black Ops 3 won't have a campaign, but it'll just be multiplayer. But hey, who plays the campaign in Call of Duty anyway? Not a lot of people. Some people do, some people don't. So really, you're just making those people who hadn't upgraded yet, that loves just multiplayer only, that's still playing Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 online, that just made them happy that they ain't even gotta, download a lot and go through a lot just to play the multiplayer on the PS3. And the next news is Phil Spencer. Okay, Phil Spencer to me has been honest since he's taken over the head of the Xbox One division, and a lot of things he said. He kind of went back and cleaned up a lot of stuff that happened in the beginning, the early days of the launch of the Xbox One, and like I said, he cleaned up a lot, and he's been pretty fair and honest in what he saying, and when he talks to these reporters and stuff. Like, he said DX12 won't bring that much of an improvement to the games on the Xbox One. And you have to take what he said. Now, he said it will give it a boost in certain areas and stuff like that and everything. And it'll help the developers develop games a lot easier because, it helps out the ESRAM and all that. And those are his words, not the exact words, but basically what he said. But as far as changing it into a whole different monster console, everybody knows you can't do that unless you take certain parts out and add updated and newer parts in there that'll cost more money. The Xbox One is what it is. But what he said lately, and which was about a week or two ago, and he was being honest, which everybody was thinking it, but really didn't know if they could say it or not, because what he said was, I wouldn't invest in the PlayStation 4 right now, because I see sometime in the holiday season, you know, it'll be a price drop. And you have to take those words for what it is. As in, don't buy a PlayStation 4 today or next week, but wait a little bit longer. Because he said this back in September. It's October now. So, you know what I'm saying? He said, he's basically saying, you know, wait a little bit longer. Now, was that bad PR for Microsoft and good PR for PlayStation? I'm going to say it like this. Hey, Phil Spencer was being a straight up guy. Even though Microsoft announced 5 or 6 bundles the week after for the holiday season for the Xbox One, with games included, you know what I'm saying? They had a lot of games included in certain bundles. They had new games in 2 bundles, and then some older games in a few other bundles. But far as what he said, it basically came true, because this week I read 2 articles to where Target and Best Buy are selling the PlayStation 4 Destiny the Taken King bundle for $50 cheaper than, you know what I'm saying, it was originally intended for. And I think the original price was $399, so now you can go and get it for $349. So basically, was Phil Spencer telling the truth, or was he sitting back saying something just to get gamers not to buy a PlayStation 4, and then bam, Microsoft got all these bundles coming out for the holiday season, and for them to go out and buy that? Think about it like this. For him to say that, like I said, first he was being honest. Second of all, yes, basically he was telling gamers, you know what I'm saying, okay, you know, just wait, and then all of a sudden Microsoft come out with their list of bundles. Now you have another option. But the thing is, Sony, did they pull the trigger early, a week early, and start, you know what I'm saying, you know, showing what consoles you can buy that's $50 cheaper, that's bundle? Did they pull the trigger early on that just to, you know what I'm saying, sit there and say, okay, Phil Spencer, you know what I'm saying, put us out there, now we got to show and prove? Maybe so. But either way it goes, at the end of the day, it's all business. This right here, this opinion, very strong opinion, is to every fanboy out there that's just ridiculously over the top, you know what I'm saying, talking reckless, fanboy. If you want to call him Sony Pony, you can call him Sony Pony. If you want to call him an X-bot, call him an X-bot. Basically, anybody who fabricates the truth, anybody that goes out there and telling a lie on certain things that, you know what I'm saying, they have no proof to back it up, no links, no articles, no nothing, and basically saying that, you know what I'm saying, the power of the cloud is stronger than 4 Titans put together. Those type of people. This opinion is for you guys. Microsoft and Sony are not enemies. They are businesses. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is money. Let's say if I sold dope and you sold dope. Now, basically, we got the same amount of territory. So, therefore, we shouldn't really be beefing. But one of us is going to get greedy. Now, normally, if you handle it gangster, one crew go and eliminate the other crew. But if you want to be wise about this, we split it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, you know, I got a territory here, you got a territory there, and there's some territory in the middle. We split that territory in the middle, down in the middle, straight 50-50. That's what Sony and Microsoft is doing, basically. Sony took the first beginning of the year with their exclusives. They promoted their exclusives, their games, and their marketing for, you know, everything that they done. And they, you know what I'm saying, basically reap from the benefits. You know what I'm saying? They got money. Microsoft is taking the end of the year, the holiday season, basically the same thing they did last year. All right? It is no need for them to really go head to head at the end of the year, because they understand, okay, look, somebody out there wants your game and they want my game, but they only have enough money for one. Do we, you know what I'm saying, break that person? Do we, you know what I'm saying, take all his money? Or do we do it like this? You get his money the first 6 months, I'm going to get his money the last 6 months. Alright? because I'm pretty sure he'd be there had another $60 by the end of the year. So therefore, I'm going to drop this game that I know he wants, so he's going to pick it up. And then, you know what I'm saying, you do it at the beginning of the year because you know he's going to have $60. You drop a game, he's going to want it, he's going to pick it up. So therefore, we both eat, we both win. That's business. When these two companies, when they know what they're working with, they know they two giants in the gaming industry. Ain't no need to try to put one out the other out the business, try to put the other out the business. Ain't no need for that when they can both get money and eat. Now that's just a little bit of street logic right there, you know what I'm saying? Now will one company get greedier than the other company? Maybe, because it's a possibility. Will they get stupid? Maybe, it's a possibility. But for right now, it's all business. Why do you think at the beginning of the generation, this generation, the PS4 and the Xbox One, why do you think we seen pictures of Shuhei, Mark Cerny, Phil Spencer, people, you know what I'm saying, from the Xbox division and everything? Why do you think we saw pictures of them, you know what I'm saying, being friendly, smiling, they together and everything, they joined up, they might be eating dinner together or whatever. Then, you know, you have Microsoft congratulating Sony on, you know what I'm saying, their milestone, and then you have Sony congratulating Microsoft on their milestone and everything. And it's been nothing but respect and love between these two companies. But you fucking idiots want to bicker and just damn talk shit to one another and just damn, you talk fucking reckless. It should be no need for you to threaten a gamer who's basically doing what everybody else is doing out there, who's being honest about stuff. He found a piece of information, he makes a video about it, and it's the fucking truth. It's a fact. The Xbox One cannot play music in the background. You have to have Snap, and when you have Snap, your game is on one side, and whatever application you snapped in is on the other side. That is not playing music in the background like you can do on a 360 and on the fucking Xbox original. That is a feature that they had overlooked in the Xbox One. Phil Spencer said it's not our priority right now. And he said this, I want to say he said this last year, because why? He was more worried about getting the Xbox One back on his feet after Don Max tried to bury this motherfucker. But let me calm down. That's just one simple example. The guy threatened a YouTuber to whoop his ass because he had fat, and the dude didn't like it. It don't need to go that far, because one thing we all know is this is gaming. This isn't gangster. If you want to be a gangster, leave us fucking alone. Just leave us alone. You don't need to be on YouTube. You don't need to be on Twitter or Facebook. Leave us alone. We're gamers. We're here to have fun. Period. You know, that's all I gotta say on this subject. I got a little passion, and I'm sorry. PlayStation Nation All-Stars, that's what's up. MistaOfficialVG, the dude who always represents everybody, even himself. Shout outs to him and everybody in the PlayStation Nation. Peace.